The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Prosecutors have dropped a criminal case against actor Kevin Spacey, where he was accused of sexually assaulting an 18-year-old in Nantucket, Massachusetts, back in 2016. And the district attorney, Michael O'Keefe, said that he was abandoning the case due to, quote, the unavailability of the complaining witness. And this is something that actually started a while ago, where the alleged victim decided to stop testifying or participating, invoking the Fifth Amendment on the witness stand last week. I don't really know. There's a couple different stories, Pat, about why this is going on. One is that the individual who was 18 at the time was pressured in some way, that there was some kind of foul play or interference happening outside of the system, the legal system, up to and including he was offered money, and now he's clamming up. The other possibility is just that the attention that this was getting and the fact that this involved a celebrity and that there were like helicopters following Kevin Spacey on Nantucket when he would go for these hearings, that it just became completely unpalatable and horrible for the then 18-year-old, and that this was the path that he found to making this go away as soon as possible. Now, regardless of which side you fall on that, once again, we get to this question of, are there two justice systems here, one for the rich and one for everybody else? And I don't know whether in this particular case that's the right analysis.
Yeah, because rich folks can afford better lawyers. That's a big reason as to why O.J. Simpson got away with murder. We all know that. But also, it's interesting how, like, there's two justice systems, one dealing with rich people and one dealing with poor people. There's also two systems with which we assess, like, guilt upon people. One in public domain and one in the actual justice system. And I feel like the public is already sort of convicted Kevin Spacey, even though he hasn't been convicted in an actual courtroom. And that's something that we've seen for many of these Me Too accusations, sometimes rightfully and sometimes wrongfully.
Yeah, and in this particular case, Kevin Spacey has taken the position that he doesn't remember this alleged incident, but he apologizes to the extent that, like, any of his actions made the individual feel uncomfortable. And I don't know also how we rank that. I mean, in different situations, you see different types of denials in these celebrity sort of Me Too type cases. And honestly, I don't know if that's even relevant to our analysis here of the way in which the case fell apart, because as far as I know, Pat, we don't really know why the alleged victim stopped participating in this particular case.
Nor why he decided to delete text messages. I think he claimed he lost the phone, too, so naturally the case is going to fall apart after that.
Yeah.
But it's not like this was the only allegation made against Spacey. The initial one came from actor Anthony Rapp, who said that Spacey climbed on top of him while he was in bed. And Rapp was only 14 years old at the time. Spacey was 26 at the time. Spacey says that he doesn't remember that incident, too, but that was like the initial news about him that broke, tying him to the Me Too scandal. And at that time, Kevin Spacey came out and said that he was gay as a way to sort of like distract from the accusation, which everyone just thought was bizarre and totally uncalled for.
Yeah, and I think that it was actually, I mean, it's really unfortunate that he would do that, because we've talked before about how there's this completely unfair and baseless sort of idea that floats out there that homosexuality and child sex assault, or that homosexuality and sexual predation are in some way linked or related. And of course, they're not. And it was particularly sort of disappointing from the point of view of LGBT rights and fighting that stereotype for Kevin Spacey to almost, I mean, I don't know that I would call it a defense, but to simultaneously deny the allegations and publicly say that he is a gay man. It's like, well, nobody really cares. What people care about is whether your actions were coercive or predatory. Your sexual orientation is wholly irrelevant to this entire thing.
Yeah, it was tone deaf at the very least. Maybe he was trying to garner some sort of sympathy from people.
Yeah.
Or just distract to change the news cycle so that the story of that day is Kevin Spacey comes out as gay, not Kevin Spacey accused of sexual assault.
Right.
After seeing this story, I rewatched the video that Kevin Spacey put out about 6 months ago of him in character as Frank Underwood, and it's just creepy. You see Kevin Spacey in character denying the allegations, looking at the camera, breaking the fourth wall. I would recommend rewatching that because it kind of gave me the chills. I don't know if you've seen that.
It was extremely creepy. I did see it, and his lawyer right after that said, no more videos. Absolutely no more videos. I think he also at one point got pizza for paparazzi that were following him around after the allegations, and that was also filming. Just a lot of weird behavior. I don't know. So that's where it is now. We may never hear about this again, or there may be other accusers who are going to be coming forward. We don't know. There's this app that has become instantly viral called FaceApp, and what it does is it'll apply a filter to your face and make you look aged. And some of them are very, very disturbing. And unfortunately, it is now increasingly clear that this is an app which is not only Russia-based, but maybe harvesting metadata and photographic data that goes to and is made available to who knows who. Chuck Schumer issuing a warning about this. If you used FaceApp, it's owned by a Russia-based company. Users are required to provide full, irrevocable access to their personal photos and data. So I have not downloaded the app, Pat. You did download the app.
I did download the app. I saw on Facebook a bunch of people over the past few days doing this, using the FaceApp, generating old pictures of themselves. And I didn't realize it was a Russian-based company putting out the app. I didn't know there were sketchy ties to it, so I just kind of went along with it. We can actually put up now an image of me generated as an old man. And I have to say I look pretty good for my age here. I still have all my hair. That I was very worried about. I didn't know if it was going to make me become bald. But no, I think I'm pretty happy with this. I'm okay with living to an old age because I'm okay with how I look there. But yeah, I don't think I would have done it had I known about these sketchy ties, and maybe it's overblown to some extent, but if you just don't know, maybe it's best to play it safe.
Yeah, now that we have the picture, we're obviously going to put it up on the screen. And in looking at it, so it sort of seems like obviously there's wrinkles that have been added. It seems like your face has been made sort of thicker or fuller in some way. I guess sort of like the idea is it goes along with maybe some weight gain that many people experience later in life. The hair is completely white. Now, one of the most disturbing elements of this picture is you seem to not be wearing a shirt. Was that necessary for the picture?
Well, I didn't know at the time that this was going to be broadcasted in front of our bonus show audience. And I only wanted to do the one picture, and then I deleted the app once I found out about the sketchy tie. So unfortunately, I was not able to take another one. But you can only see my shoulders, so I don't think it's that controversial. I don't think it's the next Pat scandal or anything like that.
I think you're going to be able to weather the storm on this one. A couple of years ago, there was a different app that did something similar, which I don't believe was sort of like Russia connected in some way. And my girlfriend took a picture of me and then applied an age filter. And what's crazy is the aged picture of me looked just like my dad. I mean, it looks just like my dad today, and it really freaked me out because it made it seem much more plausible because it's just like it just looked exactly like my dad.
Well, maybe your dad also used the app, and that app was also made by some sketchy company, maybe from Russia, maybe not, and they, having your dad's pictures, knew to generate your picture to look like him. Any thought on that?
That would be extremely dark, and I hope that that's not the case. Yeah. So anyway, I didn't download the app. I don't know. Heed the warning. Buyer beware. Your mileage may vary. Apply any of those different terms to this. It is going to get disgustingly hot in many parts of the United States. Here in Boston, let me actually pull up my weather app. Here in Boston, we are expecting a high of 99 on Saturday and 99 on Sunday. The low only getting down to 81 on Saturday. So I'm expecting a very, very expensive electrical bill this month for my air conditioning usage, of course. But this is really a health risk to a lot of different people, including older folks. This is, we are looking at 20 to 30 record highs possible Friday and Saturday, ranging from the South Central Rockies. That's like 3/4 of the way across the United States, all the way to the East Coast. There's a global warming conversation to be had here. I just hate the heat. I mean, I really don't do well. I don't like it when it's bitterly cold, and when it's in the middle of winter, I say I should really move to Miami Beach and just be done with it. But at the same time, I hate the heat, and I really, really suffer through it.
Well, are there any activities that you do to beat the heat? Are you just staying indoors all day, enjoying the air conditioning, or do you try to get to the beach, try to get to a swimming pool, Try to do some activities that make you cool off a little bit. Have a freeze pop, maybe.
I mean, I try to just do my normal stuff, but there's not that many activities that I really feel like doing outdoors when it's so hot. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go. We got a bunch of beaches here in the Boston area, but of course they're going to be completely packed. I'm going to show up. It's going to be crowded. I'll have to push my way into some patch of sand that's going to be covered in cigarette butts and cans of who knows what. And is it really worth it? Is it really? I don't know.
Yeah, you know it's going to be so crowded. Being a weekend and being 100 degrees, maybe it isn't worth it. But at the same time, I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. It's going to have to be something, right? I can't just hang around all day. Luckily, we're in a position where we don't have to worry about our health so much, I don't think, being both young and also being able to live in air-conditioned places. I think we're okay, but definitely got to heed the warning if you're older, if you don't live somewhere with air conditioning. It does get dangerous out there, and it's probably going to cause many, many deaths across the United States because this is going to hit a big portion of the country.
Yeah, France is a place that is known for not having much air conditioning, and when they have heat waves, they very often do have a number of elderly deaths as a result of these heat waves. In the United States, I mean, I guess as a percentage, we probably have more people who have air conditioning, but a lot of people still don't. And there are parts of the South that just, I'm trying to remember which parts they are, but there are parts of the South which historically tend to have less AC installation that could really, really suffer during this upcoming heat wave. And I think that there are going to be cooling centers that people can go to, often in school gyms and places like that. This is serious. I mean, it's not a hurricane in the same sort of acute sense, but this is serious, and people shouldn't just take for granted that everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, and every time that we hear about snow in April or we hear about record cold temperatures, Republicans, Trump, they come out and say that this totally disproves global warming. I feel like they'll probably stay silent over the weekend. I don't think they'll have any commentary on the weather this weekend.
I don't think we're going to hear much from them this weekend, yeah. So I actually am going to be, by the way, I'm going to be going to the beach. The David Pakman Show will be going on summer vacation for real. I know we've been kidding around about we're taking 4 months off because of Pat's birthday. See you around January. We're not doing that, but we are going to have our summer vacation, which historically has often been in August. And I am going to the beach. And to give a hint as to where I'm going somewhere where one of the languages they speak, this is so obvious to anybody who knows, one of the languages they speak is really similar to Spanish. I mean, if you speak Spanish, you can listen to this language and just understand it. And the language is not Portuguese. The language is not Portuguese. Those are the hints that I'm giving for now.
Am I allowed to guess, or would that not be fair?
You can guess.
I haven't heard where you're going.
Right.
Okay. Barcelona?
I said it's a language that's similar. Oh, wait. What? Oh, wait.
Well, they speak Catalan.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not what I meant. No, that's okay. Fair enough. That's a reasonable guess. But that's not where I'm going. And also, is Barcelona on the beach? Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, I think that was a perfectly good guess.
Okay, yeah. You know what? My reaction that was a crazy guess was wrong, but it's wrong. It simply is not where I'm actually going.
I'm actually out of guesses now. Okay. If it's not Portuguese and if it's not Catalan, I have no idea. Maybe you'll never even tell me where you go on summer vacation, and I'll just be left guessing the entire time.
I probably won't. Yeah, it's probably not going to be anything I'm going to talk about. Okay, and certainly not going to talk about it right now. That does it for today. New show, new bonus show coming up tomorrow.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.